All right, we are talking about how to charge our crystals today. There are many ways to do that, many different forms. Just some are more deeper ways of cleansing the crystals, and some have a deeper connection where the energy of the cleansing stays longer. Okay. Okay, so any crystal you have, you can just take it, you can hold it, and you're basically going to breathe onto your crystal. You don't have to get all up close if you don't want to, but I like to, just because it gives you more of an intimate connection, if you're not out in public or whatever, but, you can do it in public too, but you can do it just by holding it and saying the intention in your head of cleansing, clearing, charging, revitalizing the energy of the crystal, and it automatically does that. You can also take incense and burn, have the smoke go around and try to turn the crystal. And I like to say intention, the same intention as I'm doing the incense as well. It just reinforces what you're doing. And then you do have like crystal charging pads. Selenite is one crystal that will help charge as well. And then we have ways of smudge as well. There are different types of smudges you can do for different effects. And these all give you long-lasting effect for cleansing, but they're very stubble, so you do have to do them, more often. Every couple months, I would say. Like it depends on how much you use them, I guess is the word. I almost lost my train of thought here, but 222 is what I stopped on. You can charge them in the sunlight. You can charge them in the moonlight. Either way is really effective. The sun is going to give you more revitalization. So if you're looking for a brighter pick me up, the sun is going to do that for you. It's going to give you more energy, more revitalization. The moon is giving you that same thing, but it's a little more concealed. It's like it's calming and peaceful, and it lasts long, but it's just more, what's the word? With the moon, it's like more transformational. I feel like you get more out of charging them with the moon, although doing both is perfect. You can also charge your crystals, and you don't have to do them all at once. You can do them in sections or as you feel like it. I normally do them separately as I feel like it, unless I need to do a deep clean, which we'll talk about in a second. I had lost my train of thought again. There's so much going on outside. So you can charge your crystals in rice. You can set them in rice so that not only charges them, but that also helps you to manifest as well. You can do that in many different ways. Like you can charge them and then use the rice later in other magical workings that you do, or you can save it for the next time. I've used sand. I really love sand. Charging them in sand, and you can place them on top or you can bury them in the sand, and I like to get a container, and then you put all the crystals in there, and then you let them charge overnight or for a couple hours, however long you feel is needed, and that will give you a deep reset, deep clean. And what I do suggest is doing this, and you should do it. I do it about like every 6 months, I notice, or at least, once a year do it. So I'm saying I do it twice a year. But again, it depends on how how long and how often you use your crystals, because they do hold on to negative energies, not necessarily just from yourself, but from the surroundings. So you would take dirt, and you can do this outside. You can bury your crystals outside, or I've taken a container and you fill it with dirt and you put your crystals in there, and you can bury them. You can set them on top, but in burying them, it works really well. This gives you the deep reset, the deep clean, because it's actually like being in the earth, in which, from the earth is where the crystal comes. It's in its natural, habitat. But doing it, if you actually do it outside, it does make a bigger difference if you're able to find a spot, dig a hole, and put the crystals in there. And I like to do it all at once, like my big, deep cleans, so to say. But, when you start getting more and more crystals, you start getting a lot. So it's harder to fit in a smaller hole. So you could do it in sections, or again, just do the dirt inside. And when I do them like that inside, I try to do them on a full moon is usually when I do that, because I'm getting the moon to charge them as well. And, there's many other different ways to do it. You can just put on, higher vibrational frequencies, and that, cleanses and clears the crystals as well. You do the little cleansings. And why we clear the crystals, again, is to clear the negative energies, emotions, traumas that may have gotten stored in some of the crystals, because in certain types of crystals, what they're made out of, they trap, energies in it, and they do have to be cleansed to release that energy. Otherwise, it stays in there, and that can create disruption in your environment just from not cleansing those. Just like a person, the crystals are the same. Like, you have to cleanse them just like you're supposed to be cleansing yourself. You're recharging yourself, the same as your crystals. And when you first begin, you may not be as connected to doing as much for the crystals, but the more that you work with them, it's like they have their own energy, their own personality, and you want to take care of them, because you do notice the difference when they need to be cleared. You're going to feel the difference in energy, especially when you cleanse them. Do those big, deep cleans, and you feel the difference in your crystals. It's like fresh revitalization, like emerging out of a sauna, a spa, feeling so refreshed and just glowing. Okay, I just thought of some. So another way to cleanse and clear is to use water. I use moon water to cleanse and clear my crystals. You can soak them in water, let them sit for however long, or you can just touch them, just douse them with a little bit of moon water, with the intention of cleansing, clearing, charging, revitalizing. You can also, put them in a bowl of water with salt. This is very important for this. And this is going to be like, using water is good cleanser, clear, charge, or revitalization. But when you put salt in it, that is when you are getting the deeper clean. You're giving it a deep reset. So that is the difference between, using regular water and then just adding salt to it. Just makes that much big of a difference. Do make sure your crystal is made to go into water and or salt. Otherwise, it's going to ruin your crystal. I have done that before. Also, you can charge your crystal on beds of salt, or like a slab of salt. If you have one, you can do it that way. Salt is a very good cleanser, cleaner, and recharger. And then, like magical items, your spiritual items, remember to charge them, clear them as well. Same with Your necklaces, jewelries, charms, you can charge them whenever as well. They're good to recharge, especially items used in magical workings. It's important to cleanse, clear, and recharge them as well. All right, and then I think that's it. All right, have a beautiful day.